What if the one thing you desire most in your life is already written for you, waiting in a divine plan that you can't yet see? Imagine being on the edge of giving up, thinking your prayers have gone unheard, but in reality, your patience is being tested in ways you can't fathom. Let me tell you about Yusuf, a young man who dreamed of becoming a doctor. His journey was riddled with obstacles that made him question his faith, but it was through these trials that he discovered the secret to unlocking Allah's blessings, a secret that could transform your life as well. Yusuf had always been an average student, and no one believed he could achieve anything extraordinary. Despite his limitations, he harbored a deep desire to serve humanity by becoming a doctor. His family barely had enough to make ends meet, and the idea of funding medical school seemed impossible. Yusuf made dua every night, pouring his heart out to Allah, begging for guidance and support. But as time passed, it seemed like his prayers were hitting a wall. Doubt began creeping into his heart. One day, Yusuf came across an elderly man in his neighborhood mosque who noticed his distress. The man shared a story about his own life, explaining how Allah tests those he loves the most. He said, "When you ask Allah for something, He either gives it to you immediately, delays it for a better time, or replaces it with something even greater. The key is to trust Him completely." These words struck a chord in Yusuf, reigniting a spark of hope in his heart. Yusuf decided to make a change. Instead of focusing solely on the result, he shifted his attention to the effort. He started studying harder, waking up for tahajjud, and dedicating his early mornings to sincere supplication. He began calling upon Allah with his beautiful attributes, believing that his dua would eventually be answered. Despite his renewed efforts, challenges kept piling up. His father lost his job, and their financial situation became worse than ever. Yusuf's dream seemed even more unattainable. One day, during his final year of school, Yusuf overheard his classmates mocking him. "You, a doctor? Maybe in your dreams." They laughed. Embarrassed and hurt, Yusuf turned to his mother, who reminded him of a powerful truth. When the world doubts you, that's when you should turn to Allah the most. He never doubts you. These words became his guiding principle, and he began to rely on Allah more than ever before. As exams approached, Yusuf found himself struggling with his studies. No matter how hard he tried, he felt like he wasn't making any progress. One night, feeling completely defeated, he cried out to Allah, saying, "Ya Allah, I have no strength left. If this dream is good for me, make a way for it to happen. If not, then replace it with something better." That night, for the first time, Yusuf felt a sense of peace. It was as if a weight had been lifted off his shoulders. The next day, something incredible happened. Yusuf's teacher, who had always been distant, approached him with an opportunity to apply for a scholarship. It was a highly competitive program, but it covered all expenses for medical school. Yusuf hesitated, thinking he wasn't good enough, but his teacher's encouragement pushed him to try. He spent the next few weeks preparing his application and praying fervently. He knew this was his chance, and he gave it everything he had. The day of the scholarship interview arrived, and Yusuf walked into the room with trembling hands. The panel asked him about his struggles and why he wanted to become a doctor. Yusuf spoke from the heart, sharing his story of perseverance and faith. By the end of the interview, he felt a strange sense of calm. He had done his best and left the rest to Allah. Weeks went by without any news. Yusuf continued to make dua, but he also prepared himself for the possibility of rejection. Then, one evening, as he sat with his family for dinner, he received an email. His hands shook as he opened it. The words, "Congratulations, you have been awarded the scholarship," brought tears to his eyes. Yusuf fell to the ground in sujud, thanking Allah for his mercy and guidance. Yusuf's journey didn't end there. Medical school was challenging, but he faced every obstacle with renewed faith and determination. He realized that Allah's timing is perfect, and the trials he faced had only strengthened his character. He graduated with honors and went on to serve in underprivileged communities, fulfilling his dream of helping others. Now, let's circle back to the question I asked at the beginning. What if the one thing you desire most is already written for you, waiting in a divine plan that you can't yet see? Yusuf's story is proof that Allah's plans are always greater than ours. If you're facing a delay in your dua being answered, remember that it's not a denial but a preparation for something even better. Don't give up on your dreams, and don't let temporary setbacks shake your faith. Keep making dua, trust in Allah's wisdom, and take consistent action. If you miss this opportunity to strengthen your connection with Allah, you might regret it later. So, take a moment now to reflect on your own journey. What's stopping you from putting your full trust in Him? If Yusuf's story inspired you, share this video with someone who needs encouragement. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more content that brings you closer to Allah. Remember, Allah's blessings are limitless. All you need to do is ask.